Hello, everybody, and welcome to another baseball game. We got the Pirates at the Orioles for one last time here in 2025. The Pirates losing the last few days via extra innings. So can the Pirates actually get it going? Well, I guess we'll find out very, very shortly. The Pirates, of course, could not get the win with Paul Skeens. He did exit with the win. They decided to take him out for various reasons. Not like the pitching was really bad or anything like that. I mean, it was a low-scoring game yesterday, as I believe it was 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. Pirates just couldn't get any offense going. Same thing really on Tuesday, as well, with a 2-3 loss. So hopefully they're able to bounce back and maybe actually score some runs today. We'll see. Starting pitcher for the Orioles. As we'll go ahead and share some spotlight on the home team here. Cade Povich, 3-7 with a 5.16 ERA. Not exactly the greatest this year with a 1.46 ERA. Last 7 appearances, 2-2 with a 4.63 ERA, whip of a 1.34. So he's gotten a little bit better as of late, but again, his line of work has not been good. His last start against the Padres, 1-0. He did get the win there, but 4 earned runs in that 5-inning performance. Going back to Boston, 2 earned, so not too shabby, but again, the one prior, 4 earned against Houston in 4 2/3. So again, he has struggled a lot as of late. So, again, it's honestly great that he's facing the Pirates that have struggled a lot this series. So, again, just no offense since what we've seen all year. They had a little bit of a nice spurt as of late, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's carrying over into, the Milwaukee series and, of course, the Baltimore series. Starting a lineup for the Orioles, it's going to be Holiday. He's at second. Jackson is in right. Henderson is at short, Rivera at third, Beavers is in left, Cowser is in center, Basayo is DHing, Jackson is catching, and Mayo is at first. For the visiting Pirates, it's Johan Oviedo, who has been very solid, although I don't know if he'll be allowed to pitch a long time, but he has been pretty good since returning from injury. First start was a little bit shaky, but even then he still didn't look too bad. He has a 2-0 record with a 2.70 ERA, a whip of a 1.10. And of course, again, he's been very, very good since returning to the Pirates. Starting lineup for the Pirates is going to be Triolo. He's at third, Pham in left, Reynolds in right, Gonzalez is at second, McCutchen is DHing, Bart is catching, York is at first, Canario in center, and Paguero getting the start at short today. Again, both these teams pretty much done. Their seasons are done. They're cooked. It's over with, finished. The Orioles, 68-77. They still, I guess, in theory, have a shot to finish with a winning record. They would have to go 14-3 in order for that to happen, though I'm sure they'll take 80 wins regardless, and I know that would be a losing record, but I'm sure they will take it. They're 8-2 in the last 10. Again, they've been playing their best baseball all season. Of course, the Pirates were doing that prior to the series in Milwaukee, where they got swept, and of course they're they're very likely to get swept here today if they don't get some offense. They're 64-82 yesterday, clinching another losing season since 1992. I think it's all been 30 it might be 30 years. Four winning seasons and 30 losing seasons for the Pirates. If my math might be incorrect, that might be an incorrect stat. But they're 64-82 regardless. Best they can hope for is 80-82, and we all know that's not going to happen. I'll be really happy if they're able to get to 70 wins. It looked like they might be able to get to 73, and we wouldn't see 90 in the loss column, but unfortunately, I think that's going to happen, barring an epic run over the next few series. But yeah, they come in with a 5-game losing streak, and they just have looked pretty lethargic at the plate. ESPN gives the Orioles a 55% chance of winning today. The over-under for the game, if you're a sports bettor, 7.5 is the over-under for the total runs. The Royals are favored by a 1.5. which again, the Orioles have won the last 2 games by 1 each. That's pretty much it. Not much else to really report. That, again, the Orioles much better batting team. The Pirates, we all know their struggles this year. Only batting .231. I mean, that's as a team. Slugging .349. You just can't do that. You just can't. You need to hit their. Again, pitching has been great, but it doesn't matter if you cannot score. So that is all the statistics I have. Really thought we'd be cutting to the field by now, but I guess I mistimed it. Once again, folks, if you haven't done so already, make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call baseball games. I call mostly Pirates, but hey, I do bounce around just in case you're not a Pirates fan, but it is mostly Pirates on the channel. And, of course, every Steelers game, yada, 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 you get the drill. And, of course, other NFL games like tonight's game. I'll be doing the Packers game against the Redskins/Commanders. So definitely, again, tune in if you're looking for a home and can't watch that one tonight. So there is Kelly. They're returning to action. Again, I don't think they're on the field warming up. Hopefully we get started within a minute or so. And as always, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you'd like. I do try to respond to as many comments as possible. So again, the Pirates have just been losers of 5 in a row, as Povich is going to be now on the mound. So again, about 90 seconds or so until we get back into the swing of things here, until we get this game started. And as always, again, thank you for just clicking on the live stream. Really does help this little channel a lot. We are growing, so make sure to definitely hit that subscribe button. But Triolo will be at the plate to start this one. He's batting .218, OPS of .651, 5 homers, 20 RBIs. For the series, he's 0 for 8 with a walk. Again, he has struggled a lot. And Povich, not the greatest pitcher, a 5.16 ERA. Opponent batting average of .277. But again, they're playing the Pirates today. So the Pirates, again, they've struggled. So definitely a good, feel-good potential start for Povich. Again, we're still going through the final warm-ups here. Should be getting along very, very soon. More of a fastball guy. His changeup, though, is unhittable. 182 batting average, but his sinker and sweeper, both opponent batting average, is well over 300. So that's promising. Hopefully the Pirates can get a good read on that today. Again, just about 30 more seconds and then we'll be underway. I think I jumped the gun with the preview. Started a little too early. But it is what it is. All right, Triolo is stepping up to the plate again. He's 0 for 8 in the series with a walk. So hopefully he can notch his first hit of the series today. Would be nice because, again, there's no other chance for him to get a hit in the series after today. Povich will set and deliver. That's a swing and a foul tip as we are officially underway in Baltimore. 0-0 again. That's pretty much close to the final scores of how they've been. 3-2 Baltimore winning on Tuesday, 2-1 yesterday. 0-1 count. Povich kicks and deals. Checked his swing, but he made contact, and that's going to go foul. As it gets darker, apparently, in my area. Interesting. 0-2 count. And Paul Skeens, only 5 innings yesterday, despite only 60 pitches, so he could have went longer. As that's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through. So Triolo gets his first hit of the series, and it comes at a good time. A leadoff single for the Pirates. All right, so Triolo is on. That will bring up Tommy Pham. He's batting .258, OPS of .722, 9 homers and 50 RBIs. It's 1 for 7 in the series with a home run and 2 walks. As Povich delivers, and that is in there for a called strike, 92 on the gun. Bam, his home run on Tuesday actually pushed the game into extra innings, only for Pittsburgh to fall. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be a chopper to the pitcher. Povich is going to take the sure route at first for out number 1. And Triolo has some speed, so that would have been a really tough play. Might have rushed the throw. That'll bring up Brian Reynolds. Reynolds batting .244, OPS of .718, 15 homers and 70 RBIs. For the series, he's 0 for 8. With the walk, he has struggled here in Baltimore, but really most of the Pirates have, as here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. 0-1 count to Brian Reynolds. Runner on second with 1 out here in the top of the first. Pirates just trying to get a win. Looking for something. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be chopped off himself. And that'll make it 0-2. Oh, and 2 count to Brian Reynolds. Runner on second, 1 out. Povich will set. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That's going to be chopped foul yet again, so Reynolds just staying alive. Hopefully, if you were here last night, I apologize for my actions as I lost it. But it'd be nice to see a 14-13 game today. I know that's probably unrealistic, but, I'm pulling for a lot of runs. As again, yesterday, it was rough. 0-2 count. Povich kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out 94 on the fastball. That was upstairs. Reynolds just couldn't lay off or catch up. That'll bring up Nick Gonzalez, who was 1 for 5 in Tuesday's game, had yesterday off, batting .274, OPS of .696, 5 homers and 23 RBIs. Povich looking back at second and delivers. That is low for ball 193 below the zone. And the Pirates with the leadoff single, but trending in the direction, though, they're not going to really push anyone across here. Povich sets. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Fooled him with the off-speed pitch as he was way out in front, 1-1. 1-1. Povich likes the sign. He will set and deliver. Chopper, and that's going foul. So ahead on Gonzalez, 1-2. Two outs, runner on second. Top of the first, of course, the score is still 0-0. Pirates with a runner in scoring position, but said that a little bit last few days and nothing came of it, as Povich is going to step off and look Triolo back to the bag. Again, Triolo has a lot of speed, so I can see why he's a little concerned with Triolo, as Povich will set. Looks over at second. Looks over again. And deliver. Ground ball, and that is foul. Just foul, I might add. Luckily, though, it was, because the third baseman, Rivera, is all over it. 1-2 count to Nick Gonzalez. Speedy Gonzalez. Nicky G, whatever you want to call him. Here's the pitch. And Gonzalez hits this to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And Triolo's going home. The throw is cut off. And Gonzalez is caught in no man's land. The runner does score, but Gonzalez, he's still not out. He's still going, but now he is tagged out. The Pirates, on all the craziness there, able to come across and score. The Pirates lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. That was kind of crazy. That was a good cutoff by Rivera, to be honest with you. That definitely got Gonzalez out. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. That was pretty exciting. I like that stuff. That makes it fun. That makes this fun. But, yeah, again, make sure to leave a like and, of course, subscribe if you enjoy today's call, or hey, you're just a sports fan in general, more sports on your YouTube feed is not the worst thing in the world. I can tell you that right now. And of course, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you'd like. I try to read all the comments. Orioles, 83% of the vote here. 83%. So Orioles fans, or maybe Pirates realists, I'm leaning towards the latter half because the Pirates have just been so bad. That's pretty much it. Again, there's really nothing else happening, and usually I can cover the other innings, what else is happening. But nothing else happening. This is the early game, and nothing else is starting for another hour, I believe. Yeah, another hour. And then we'll see some Rays and White Sox, and then another hour, Astros and Blue Jays, and that's it. No other baseball games until tonight. Again, due up for the Orioles will be Holiday, Jackson, and Henderson. And Johan Oviedo. The starter today, again, a really solid performance. For the series, Holiday is 3 for 7 with 2 RBIs. Buenas tardes, amigo. I am not familiar with who you are, so I don't understand the kissy faces here, but I guess thank you. I don't know if that's going to be upstairs ball 1. Nasty, how's it going? Buddy, you do a great job. Thank you for your content. Appreciate you, man, for stopping on by. Thank you for the comment. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Again, Holiday, batting .250 OPS to 715, 17 homers and 54 RBIs, as here is the pitch. That's going to be popped up, and Triolo is under it and will squeeze the glove for round number 1. Appreciate you, though, again, both of y'all, despite me being thrown off by the first comment. Jeremiah Jackson, batting .304 OPS of 845 homers and 18 RBIs. Jackson is 2 for 7 in the series. It's Oviedo. Sets. Wind up and the pitch. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Oh, and 1 count to Jackson. Jeremiah Jackson, that is, not Jackson Holiday. He's already out. 0-1, here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And if you missed it earlier, if you're wondering how the Pirates scored, it was a interesting play. Gonzalez just hitting it to left. Triolo scoring while Gonzalez was caught up in a rundown. That was pretty awesome, pretty exciting. 0-2, here's the pitch. That's a breaking ball below the zone, as it's 1-2. 1-2 count to Jackson. 1 out, nobody on. Oviedo sets, kicks, and deals. Check the swing. Did he go? He did not. That was close. 2-2 fastball high up out of the zone. As they're going to show the side angle here, and ooh, I don't know how he. That was like 50-50 call there. 2-2 count. Oviedo rocks and fires. That's going to be poked to second. Gonzalez can't get there in time as that goes over his head. Canario's there to throw it back in, but a 1-out single for the Orioles. All right, 1 man on for the Orioles, 1 out. That'll bring up Gunnar Henderson. He's batting .270, OPS of 785, 16 homers and 61 RBIs. For the series, he's 0 for 8 with a walk. So he's looking for his first hit. Again, runner on first. Oviedo will set. Rocks and fires. Breaking ball, that is just outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Runner on first. Oviedo will set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going out of play. So the count is 1-1 to Henderson. Again, he's struggled this series, but again, when you're winning, all is usually forgiven. But he's looking again for his first hit. Probably does happen today. 1-1 count. Oviedo rocks and fires. That is outside. And now it's 2-1. 89 outside and a little bit high. Henderson doing a good job of laying off it. 2-1 count. Henderson. Oviedo pitching. So Oviedo will set and deliver. That's going to be hit to right, and there it is, his first hit of the series. Reynolds running over. He's got it as Jackson jogging into third, and we got runners. Oh, and Henderson actually gets to second, and that's a double. And the Orioles showing some offense here. 2 hits already. Heck, it took almost the entire game for these teams to get 2 hits yesterday. Already, the Orioles are threatening as that's going to bring up Emmanuel Rivera. He's batting .259, OPS of 600, no homers, and 12 RBIs. For the series, he is 0 for 4. So, Pirates in a little bit of trouble here. The Orioles, they don't mind that as Oviedo sets, looks over at third, kicks and deals. Ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 2, and that will bring in the tying run. So it's 1-1 here in Baltimore. Of course, there's a runner on third down. That's in the form of Henderson. That'll bring up Dylan Beavers. Beavers is batting .305, OPS of 894, 1 homer and 7 RBIs for the series. He is 2 for 4 with an RBI and 3 walks. He has been on base. Oviedo delivers. And that's going to be scooped to right. Reynolds just shy of the warning track and will make the catch for out number 3. But hey, the Orioles tied up. We might have some offense today, folks. That'd be pretty nice as we head to the top of the second inning. Your score is 1-1 here in Baltimore. Again, appreciate you guys for clicking on the channel. Make sure, again, to leave a like. Leave a like, that helps out the channel. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a fan of baseball. I do mostly Pirates, of course, but I do bounce around. And, of course, I'll be covering the postseason as well. But, again, if you're just a sports fan, baseball, football, doesn't matter. I do it. I do those two. I would say do it all, but I don't really do it all. I do those two mainly. And we'll see about other things sprinkled in there. But, again, appreciate you guys for just even clicking on the live stream. It really does help out this little channel. It's growing. It's a growing little channel. So definitely hop on while it's not too crowded here as we're approaching, I believe, 7:50. So that's pretty neat. So, again, feel free to chat in the comment section, comment in the chat, whatever you want to call it. I try to respond to as many comments, and I appreciate the kind words. Some a little bit more kinder than others, you know. But, hey, I appreciate it. I do appreciate the kindness. McCutcheon, Bart, and York will be due up in the top of the second whenever we do return to Baltimore. Again, it's 1-1 here. So hopefully that's not all the offense we see. Again, that's really been the case for these last 2 games. Again, 3-2 on Tuesday and 2-1 yesterday. McCutcheon batting .243, OPS of 721, 13 homers, and 53 RBIs for the series. He's 1 for 5 and an RBI. Did not play yesterday. As we're returning to, again, Baltimore for your coverage of Pirates and the Orioles. And also, I do have a poll. I can't remember if I mentioned that on that break. But feel free to vote. Let me know what you think. 55% of you guys have the Orioles winning today. 11 votes in. Here is the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. And Povich, if you don't really know much about Povich, if you're a Pirates fan tuning in or just a casual baseball fan, Povich with an ERA in the 5s this year. As here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, that's going to be hit to third. Rivera throws to first, gets McCutcheon by a step for out number 1. That's a good play by Rivera. But, of course, again, as I was going to say about Povich, but, you know, the Pirates, again, they've struggled as of late, so a good team to try to get your form back as Joey Bart stepping up to the plate, batting .243, OPS of .667 will round up. 2 homers and 22 RBIs. Had a walk, pinch hitting on Tuesday's game. Povich delivers. Breaking ball, that is low for ball 1. Let's go Bucks. Appreciate it, Kylie, as always, for stopping on by. Thank you very much. 1-0 count to Joey Bart. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, that is in there on the outside corner for a called strike. 1-1. 1-1 to Joey Bart. Already one out here in the top of the second. Nobody on. 1-1 is your score. Here in Baltimore, Povich kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch outside as it's 1-2. Looks like Bart is going to ask for time. Bart will step back in again. It's a 1-2 count to Joey Bart. Need a Bart dart here. Povich kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball in the dirt. Bart couldn't lay off it. He struck him out. Down goes Bart, and that will bring up Nick York. He's batting .176, OPS of .411, no homers and 2 RBIs for the series. 1 for 4. Hey-o, Rising Rhino, how's it going? How is it going? Thank you for stopping on by. Here is the pitch. That is right down the middle for a called strike. Of course, folks, feel free to check out Rising Rhino as my co-host for a show we do in the morning. If you like football, we do a show Monday and Thursday mornings. And it's a pretty good show. Just needs some more eyes. Here's the 0-1. That is a swing and a miss. Strike 2. If you like debate, that is what we do. Both brilliant football minds, but, you know, we do disagree from time to time. It's not like, oh, yeah, that's a good point, Rhino. Oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. No, it's actually like, yeah, no, this guy disagree with you, as that's going to be chopped foul. So 0-2. 0-2 count to York. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the second. 1-1 here in Baltimore. Like number 9. Awesome. That's good to hear. Thank you guys again for just clicking on the live stream. 0-2 counts. Povich kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball fooled back-to-back batters. As we head to the bottom of the second, your score is 1-1. Here in Baltimore, you're rising. You'll be at 1K in a month. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. It'd be nice to think about, but that's not happening. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for clicking on the live stream. That really does help out this little channel a lot. Make sure, again, to leave a like. And, of course, if you're a fan of sports, you're a fan of the play-by-play that I offer, definitely subscribe to the channel. Again, I'm a Pirates fan. You can probably see that. And, of course, I'm a Steelers fan. But I do bounce around Major League Baseball. And, of course, I'll be covering other NFL games. It's not just the Steelers channel, though it will be primarily Steelers, every single Steelers game. But I can promise you at least 2 games every Sunday. And I'll actually be covering the game tonight, Packers and the Redskins / Commanders, depending on how you call them. Either way, it's whatever. I prefer to call them the Redskins. But yeah, I'll be back tonight. And of course, some more streams Saturday. We got some streams coming up. I'll be sure to post them a little later today. But some college football and of course another Pirates game, I believe. And then another college football game later Saturday night. So potentially 3 streams. So I'm very excited for that. And, of course, Sunday it's going to be Steelers and Seahawks. And it's looking like Chiefs-Eagles. That was voted on by the subscribers of the channel. So, again, if you're just a sports fan, hey, this is a good channel for you. Make sure to like and subscribe. As we should be returning to Baltimore soon. Colton Cowser will be at the plate. Batting .207, OPS of .664, 13 homers and 34 RBIs. For the series, he's 1 for 7 and 2 walks. Just keep streaming. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's all I got to do. Can't gain subs by not streaming. But yeah, I mean, I try to stream 6 days a week at least. At least. Cowser steps up to the plate. Again, 1-1 here in Baltimore. as here is the pitch. That is a fastball upstairs for ball 196 on the radar gun. 1-0 count to Cowser. As Oviedo kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 2, 95. But nowhere close with that one. So 2-0 count to Colton Cowser. As Oviedo kicks and deals. Breaking ball that swung on and hit foul. So 2-1 count. Umpire cleaning off the plate a little bit. Again, it's 1-1 here in the bottom of the second if you're just tuning in. 2-1 count to Colton Cowser. Oviedo begins the windup and the pitch. That is way upstairs for ball 3, 96. So a lot of fastballs with a little bit of a breaking ball in there. 3-1. Oviedo delivers. Breaking ball. That is, well, I thought it was going to be in there for a called strike 2, but instead it's ball 4. That's a unfortunate call there. So Cowser with the leadoff walk. And the Orioles will take it as Samuel Basayo is going to be at the plate, batting 190, OPS of 610, 2 homers and 10 RBIs. For the series, he's 1 for 9. Here's the pitch. That is a changeup outside for ball 1. So 1-0 count to Basayo. Again, runner on first, nobody out. Oviedo will set. He's still set. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Fastball inside. He swung. Strike 1. 1-1 count. Orioles with 4 walk-offs in 5 games. That is unbelievable. They've been clutch. Pirates are choke artists and the Dodgers choke artists as well. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside and high for ball 2. Again, the Orioles, you know, if you're an Orioles fan here, first off, thank you for tuning on in. But, yeah, no, I know it definitely was a disappointing year for you guys. But next year, I think you guys should get back into form. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Breaking ball in the outside corner. 2-2. Two and 2 count to Samuel Basayo. Oviedo will set. He's still set. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Basayo. And that will bring up Alex Jackson. Jackson, I don't think I've seen him for the series yet. I have not. So this is his first plate appearance for the series. Batting .234 on the year, OPS of 821, 5 homers and 8 RBIs. As Oviedo will set. And deliver. And Jackson hits this to center. Canario, though, on the run and under it, and will make the catch. Route number 2 throws it in. That'll get Cowser to retreat. Back to first. That'll bring up Kobe Mayo. He's batting 184 on the year, OPS of 586, 7 homers and 21 RBIs. For the series, 0 for 6. Definitely been a rough series for the young man. So Oviedo will come to a set. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here is the pitch. That is high for ball 193. Again, Oviedo kind of a little bit wild here, which, you know, again, he's been pretty solid since returning from, the injury. He was out for 2 years, in case you didn't know that. I had a rough first outing, but it's been pretty solid since. A little bit wild here. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 95 in the zone, strike 1. Again, 1-1 is the count with the man on at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 1-1 is your score. Oviedo will set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is going foul. So 1-2 to Kobe Mayo, looking for his first hit of the series as well. Again, a lot of players in this series, or at least a lot more than you'd think, with 2 games have already played, looking for their first hit. It's been a lot of pitching, a lot of lack of offense in this series. 1-2, here's the pitch. That is inside, and looks like that's a stolen base. Cowser is now in scoring position. Oh, Cowser with a huge jump. Jeez, 2-2. Pardon my voice. 2-2 count. That was his 10th stolen base of the year. Oviedo kicks and deals. And that is hit to left, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Pham is going to throw home, and he is safe. The throw is not in time. Good effort by Pham, but Cowser on the move makes it 2-1. Baltimore over Pittsburgh. It's a good throw on the money, just a little bit late. So Mayo, his first hit is a big one, as that'll bring up Jackson Holiday. He's 0 for 1 on the day, batting .250. OPS of .713, 17 homers and 54 RBIs. Runner on first, 2 outs. Oviedo delivers. Ground ball right to Gonzalez. Gonzalez throws to first for outs number 3. But the Orioles do some damage with a run of their own. So we head to the top of the third. The Orioles leading 2-1 over the Pirates. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for hanging on out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, this is what I do. I call games. I call baseball games, football games, mostly Pirates. But I do, again, bounce around. You can look at my live section for that. It's my 131st baseball game of the year. And, of course, I'll be returning tonight to cover Packers, Redskins / Commanders. I know everyone's going to be calling it, but, you got to start somewhere. But, again, just appreciate you for even clicking on the live stream. It really does help out this little channel a lot. Again, a super thank you if you're able to hit that like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel. All you're going to get is more play-by-play. That's pretty much what I do. Play-by-play for baseball and football. And that's pretty much it. I don't really do much else. But I don't know. You never know what could happen in the future. But I'm just going to promote baseball and football. And, of course, feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you'd like. Try to read as many comments as possible. That's... Yeah, I try to read it and react and a comment back and whatnot. Of course, there's a poll. Feel free to vote in the poll. 57% of you guys, now 62. Someone's playing with the votes here. Okay, now it's 62% of you guys think the Pirates will win. 38% think the Orioles. Just stopped by to give you a like, and now back to work. I'll be listening to you and watching the game tonight. Awesome. Appreciate it, Jason. Yes, we'll be covering again Packers and the Redskins tonight. You even have the Redskins logo on the thumbnail, so that'll be pretty fun. Again, if you want to call them Commanders, it's fine. I actually call them Commanders in the title because, that's what they're actually called. But all right, Alexander Canario is batting .209, OPS of .594, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. He takes a pitch high for ball 1 for the series. Well, this is his first at bat of the series. Like I didn't think I saw him earlier, but just double checking anyway. 1-0 count. Povich kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is outside. So 2-0 count to Canario. Pirates again finding themselves down. Not a shocker. Been a theme all year. 2-0 count. Povich delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 91 outside, but Canario has had a tendency to just swing at a lot of things. He will swing at everything. It's like me on MLB The Show. Here's the 2-1. That is high for ball 3. I'm just saying I didn't spend all that money to, take pitches. I want to swing. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Canario hits this to left. Back, and it's gone. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Canario with his 6th home run of the year ties it up here in the top of the 3rd. That came out of nowhere. And he got a favorable pitch there, a fastball practically right down the middle. Canario said, "Thank you very much. Let me send this 400 feet real quick." Exit velocity of 111. That was just, that just jumped off the bat. So nice stuff by Canario. That's going to be up the over Peguero. It's batting 195, OPS of 633, 4 homers and 6 RBIs. Did appear defensively in Tuesday's game. Jason, appreciate it, man. Oh my gosh, where's my pen? I was using it for the stream this morning. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, man. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be chopped foul. Again, Packers, Brewers fans have been very kind to this channel. I really do appreciate you guys. And, of course, Sean, how's it going? It's good to see you, as always, an OG of the channel. Appreciate you, Jason and Sean, of course. 0-2 count. Povich kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is low for ball 1. So 1-2 count. You're joining, honestly, a decent game, The first 2 games of the series have been pretty boring, to be honest with you. A little bit of excitement sprinkled in every, an hour and a half or so. Here's the 1-2. That is low for ball 2. That's an 85-mile-per-hour changeup in the dirt. So hopefully this can continue. Again, I was kind of joking yesterday. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be 14-13. We need it. Well, hey, 2-2 is not too bad. In the 3rd inning, here is the 2-2 pitch, and that is outside for ball 3. Getting down to crunch time in the playoff hunt. Not necessarily for these teams, but for the Giants. Your Giants, yeah. Definitely staying alive. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball 4. So Peguero's going to walk. So Povich allowing a leadoff solo shot by Canario, and then a walk to Peguero. So maybe Povich a little bit rattled here. Again, his ERA for the year in the 5. So, as a guy that this is kind of what you'd expect from his statistics. As there's a little bit of a mound visit, but meanwhile, we'll go over Triolo, who's batting .221, OPS of 657, 5 homers, 20 RBIs. Of course, he led off and singled in the first, but nothing came of it. No, wait. Am I misremembering? Yeah, no. Something did come of it. I was thinking of the 2nd inning. Yeah, Gonzalez, he got caught in a rundown. My apologies. Sorry, I was just used to saying that for the last 2 days. Giants and Reds 2 games behind the Mets. Yes, the Mets are falling apart. Giants and Reds taking advantage. Still plenty of time left, just over 2 weeks to go in the season. As here's a pickoff attempt. Did he get him? And he got him. Peguero tagged out on the pickoff attempt. Kelly's like, hold on, let me check. Peguero, though, jogging on back. I feel like if he's jogging back, he knows. Oh, yeah, that's tough. He was leading. Yeah, he's out. Unbelievable. I don't know why I just did that, because Triolo isn't the one that got out. All right, here's the pitch. Breaking ball, that is outside for ball 1. Good afternoon. How are you? The Astros got it done yesterday. Nice. Saw they were ahead. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, that is outside, but it's called a strike, and that was a late strike call there. That was pretty much in the same spot. It was way outside. Umpire too focused on making a strike call and flexing his muscles. 1-1, here's the pitch. Same spot. That one's outside for ball 2. Yes, Peguero got tagged out. Unfortunate stuff. Got caught leaning. 2-1 count to Jared Triolo. Povich kicks and deals. Triolo hits this to right, and that is a foul ball. Which NL team do you think will pull it out? Ooh. Despite what is happening, I'm going to still pick the Mets. I know that probably does break your heart a little bit, but I think the Mets are still just too much talent to not make the playoffs. But again, the NL has a lot of solid teams. As here's the 2-2. That is upstairs ball 3. Currently, I believe the 6 that are making it on the NL side of things all 6 of them can make win the World Series. I really believe that. Reds and Giants, I think they can make some noise. I don't think of them as actual World Series contenders. Here's the breaking ball. That's going to be hit to right. Triolo. It's a to right at the wall. Leaps can't make the catch. Triolo rounding second, heading for third. No one has the ball yet. Triolo, though, is told to stay up. Oh, that was exciting. The right fielder made a nice attempt, but, didn't make the catch. And then no one was there to get the ball. Like, the ball was just chilling. They had the camera zoomed in on the ball just by itself. Triolo, of course, taking advantage, and that's a triple for Triolos. That'll bring up Tommy Pham, who's 0 for 1, batting .258 OPS of 729 homers and 50 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball 1. Is Baltimore batting or is Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh is batting. Are you doing the Texans Monday? I don't think so. I think I'm doing... Let me check on the baseball schedule that day. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going foul. I'm leaning towards the later game, Chargers-Raiders, because that is later. And not necessarily I want to do a later game because I don't want to stay up till late, but, it's only on ESPN, whereas people might just have ABC, so I might be able to help out people that don't have ESPNs. That's going to be chopped foul. Of course, I know there's going to be a lot of streamers doing that game, but, I might stand out a little bit better on that second game. Verlander is turning it on lately, which gives me hope. He's a postseason performer. That's fair. That is fair. Again, 1-2 count to Pham. Runner on third, 1 out. Povich kicks and deals. That's going to be chopped foul. Brewers have to wake up again. Yeah, Nick, I saw they have been struggling. I think they, swept the Pirates. Like, you know what, we're good. We can chill a little bit, but they chilled a little bit too much. Ohtani is pitching versus Verlander Friday night. Cannot call that game. Cannot call Fridays. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be chopped foul. Just making contact, as that one was way outside. Friday nights, again, I call for the local high school here, which actually the game's going to be an hour and a half away because we're away. So I cannot call Friday nights, but I can call stuff earlier if I'm not working as well. I might be working that tomorrow. I just don't know yet. 1-2 count. Povich rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. All right, that'll bring up Brian Reynolds. Again, Reynolds has yet to record a hit this series. Yeah, he's 0 for 9 with a walk, so he's looking for his first hit. Batting .243 OPS of 717, 15 homers, and 70 RBIs. Again, there's a runner on third, so this first hit would be a huge one. As Povich sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball below the zone. Strike 1. Baseball's oldest rivalry. Unfortunately, cannot call Dodgers Giants on Friday. Cannot do it. 0-1 counts. Povich rocks and fires. Ground ball to short. Henderson throws to first. Barely gets him, but he does get him. Well, hey, Canario with the solo shot to left makes it a 2-2 game. Triolo had a nice triple there, but it leads to nothing. So we head to the bottom of the third. Again, it's 2-2 here in Baltimore. Once again, folks, make sure to hit the like button. That like button is very clutch to small channels like mine. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the play-by-play that I offer. Again, this is what I've been doing since opening day. And, of course, I also do football games as well. I'm a huge football guy. But, of course, baseball's been very kind to me, and we'll be doing baseball through the end of the season. And, of course, through the World Series. So again, I'm very excited to do that. Hopefully you guys will join me along the way. Of course, I call mostly Pirates, and I will be calling every Pirates playoff game for sure, all 0 of them. So again, I will be calling other games, other teams in the playoffs. So again, don't feel like it's just a Pirates channel. I do bounce around quite a bit. And of course, again, just thank you for even clicking on the live stream. It really does help out a lot. It's a West Coast game. No, I won't be home till midnight. No, that's. The games start at 7:30. I get there at 6 to set up all the stuff for the stream and all the for the broadcasting. Game ends at 10. It's an hour and a half, and then I got to write a story on it for the radio station I work at. So yeah, no, I won't be able to call a game until 1 o'clock or something that night. Yeah, I'm not gonna. All the games will be over, and even honestly, even if there were games starting at 1 o'clock, I probably wouldn't want to do it. I'd want to go to sleep. Jeremiah Jackson is going to be coming to the plate. He's 1 for 1, batting .310 OPS of .849, 5 homers and 18 RBIs. Again, if you're just tuning in, we got a good one. Believe it or not, these two teams have given us some really boring performances over the last 2 days, but we got a lot of excitement in this one. 2-2 in the bottom of the third, as again, Jeremiah Jackson, coming to the plate. As Oviedo rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going foul. Again, 0-1 here in the bottom of the third. Again, 2-2 is your score. Oviedo kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. If it goes in extras, I don't know. I don't think so. That has to be a lot of extra innings. 0-2 count to Jeremiah Jackson. Oviedo rocks and fires. Almost hits him. Jackson get out of the way for 1-2 counts. 1-2 to Jackson. Oviedo kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball blew it right by him. 96 on the fastball. And that'll bring up Gunnar Henderson, who got his first hit of the series today. He's batting .271, OPS of .789, 16 homers, and 61 RBIs. Of course, he is 1 for 1 on the day. As Oviedo delivers, and that is taken outside for ball 1. What the heck? 1-0 count to Henderson. Oviedo begins the windup and the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. That is tailing foul. Again, I do have a poll. Feel free to vote on who you think's going to win today. 59% of you guys have the Pirates winning. 41% have the Orioles. 1-1 count. Oviedo rocks and fires. Chopper, and that's going foul. There's ribbing. Oh, well, thank you. That's okay. I appreciate you, of course, Sean. An OG of the channel. 1-2 count. Oviedo sets, kicks, and deals. That is a fastball outside, 97. 2-2. Do you like the name Gunner? It's an all right name. I know a few Gunners in my area. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. He was way out in front. He struck him out. So 2 away for the Orioles. That will bring up Emmanuel Rivera. He's 0 for 1, but does have a RBI. So batting .257, OPS of .596, no homers and 13 RBIs. As Oviedo delivers. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1. to the third baseman, Rivera, looking for his first home run of the year. Again, no homers. Definitely due. Based on his historical tendency. Here's the 0-1. That's a swing and a miss, and he was tardy on that one. 95. Blowing it right past him. Rivera's going to ask for time. Yeah, I kind of felt like that was coming. 0-2 count. Oviedo seems to have settled down. Again, it was a rough first two innings. Seemed to be a little bit wild. As here is the 0-2. Check this swing. That is upstairs for 1-2. Showing the Pirates bullpen. One guy was clapping for no reason. That was interesting. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be cut on and hit to right. Reynolds is on the run and will make the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Orioles for the first time, actually, in this game. As we head to the top of the 4th, your score is 2-2 here in Baltimore. Of course, I can show you a little breakdown here. Again, 1 run each in the first inning. Pirates with nothing in the second. Orioles with 1 in the second. And then, of course, Pirates with a run in the third. Nothing here for the Orioles. Again, appreciate you guys for even clicking on the live stream. Really does help out the channel a lot. It really does. Make sure to leave a like. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you consider yourself a baseball fan, a football fan, even a sports bettor, I could be covering a game that you might need some information on. So, again, if you're a sports bettor out there, make sure to subscribe. As I know I have plenty of those sports bettors that have definitely subscribed to the channel already. So, again, appreciate you guys for just even clicking on the live stream. Of course, again, I cover mostly Pirates, but again, I do cover other games as well from time to time. And, of course, I'll be covering the postseason as well. So definitely subscribe to the channel. And I will be on back on tonight for Packers and the Redskins as well. Packers, Commanders, whatever you want to call it. I'll be doing that game just for fun as I try to build the NFL onto the channel. Of course, Sundays are now strictly NFL, which, of course, again, for the playoffs, I'll be doing the World Series, postseason games that are in the Sunday evening time. So I'll be working in a lot of baseball as well until baseball is concluded. Gonzalez going to be coming to the plate. He's 1 for 1, batting .277, OPS of 700, 5 homers and 24 RBIs. 1 for 1 with an RBI, but again, he was tagged out on that same play as he was caught in a rundown. Here's the pitch. That is way upstairs for ball 1. Astros Blue Jays starts at 2:07. That's happening very soon I guess in about an hour. Here's the pitch. That is taken for a called strike 92 right down the middle. 1-1 count to Nick Gonzalez as Povich will set. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 84 outside. Again, 1-2 is the count. Povich kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. With the breaking ball, the Pirates. Again, that was a pitch that they definitely highlighted as a pitch to hit. Again, batting averages over 300, but the Pirates are having trouble with that. I guess that's not really a surprise, as that brings up Andrew McCutchen, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Povich delivers. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. It's batting .242, OPS of 720, 13 homers and 53 RBIs. Who do I want to win, Astros or Blue Jays? It doesn't really pertain to me at all, really. That's going to be an AL West game, or AL East as well. So that's going to be 2-0. I would say Astros to make things more interesting in the playoff picture. Of course, the Blue Jays winning also with the AL East. Really, both those divisions are still kind of up for grabs in the AL side of things. 2-0 count. Povich kicks and deals. And McCutchen pops it up. Henderson is under it and will make the catch. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. That brings up Joey Bart. Bart is 0 for 1, batting .242, OPS of 663. 2 homers and 22 RBIs. So end of the day, Joey Bart actually doing very well against lefties this year, batting .300, OPS of 886. That tells you everything you need to know about righties, as that's going to be upstairs ball 1. 1-0 count to Joey Bart. Povich kicks and deals. That's going to be a chopper, a high chopper to second. Holiday takes it on the bounce, throws to first, gets him by a step. That was a very good play by Holiday, as very quickly the Pirates go down. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Your score is 2-2 here in Baltimore. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, if you do enjoy the content today, make sure again to leave a like and of course subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan of sports, Pirates, Orioles, baseball, football, doesn't matter. We will take you guys all. Again, it's all free. You don't have to pay a dime. 1 bit. Let's see here. Kind of want to look at the standings here. Yeah, the Astros just 1 game above the Mariners. Blue Jays up 3 on the Yankees. But again, it's very, I don't know, just those division races are still up for grabs. Even the third place team in both of them, I mean, the Red Sox and the Rangers still have a realistic shot. The Orioles, again, they're out of it. Pirates are out of it. So it is what it is. Maybe next year for the Pirates. Probably next year for the Orioles. And I think they're a very solid team that just had a bad year. It happens. It happens. But again, appreciate you guys for hanging on out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Again, thank you for just clicking on the live stream. It really does help out this channel a lot. It really does. It really does. It's a growing channel. So, again, feel free to subscribe. Been doing this since opening day. Show up for the Orioles will be Beavers, Cowser, and Basayo. Beavers is 0 for 1. Though he's had a pretty successful series as far as getting on base. Batting .300, OPS of 880, 1 homer and 7 RBIs. As I thought we were returning to action there, but we were not. Okay, my bad. There we go. We're returning to action right now. In the bottom of the fourth, 2-2 is your score between the Pirates and the Orioles. Oviedo sets and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Again, Beavers has had a really good series. Looking to continue that today. 0-1 count. Oviedo rocks and fires way outside for ball 1. Again, he's had these pitches that have just been way outside for just coming out of nowhere. One and 1 count. Oviedo kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to shallow left. Pham is on the run and will make the catch for out number 1. That will bring up Colton Cowser, who walked earlier. It's batting .207, OPS of 667. We will round up 13 homers and 34 RBIs. Weird that I have to say that twice. I don't think I've done that before. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. Pham is booking it on the run and makes the catch. Out number 2. That was a nice run there by Pham. That'll bring up Samuel Basayo. He's 0 for 1. He's batting 188 OPS of 601. 2 homers and 10 RBIs on the season. Oviedo. Begins the windup and the pitch. Breaking ball that is low for ball 178 below the zone. Is Beavers related to Leave It to Beaver? Probably not. If I had to guess, I'm going to say no. 1-0 count. Oviedo delivers. Breaking ball. Did he go? Checked his swing. He did. Strike 1. Basayo rolling his eyes, shaking his head. We'll see the replay. And he went. Wow. Was kind of sassy there. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to second, and that's going to be caught by Gonzalez for out number 3. Very quick 4th inning in general, top and bottom. So we head to the top of the 5th. Your score is 2-2 here in Baltimore. Hopefully you've heard of that show. I have not heard of that show. Trisk would probably, probably. If it's older than I, then I assure you yes. If it's a old thing from the 70s, 80s, even the 90s. Of course, I actually grew up watching sitcoms on the 90s, in the 90s, 80s, 90s sitcoms as well. Yeah. Alf. I loved Alf. Alf was really awesome. Growing Pains. That was pretty good. Seinfeld. Anyway, folks, if you like what you see or hear, definitely like and subscribe. Again, appreciate you guys for even clicking on the live stream. We're in between innings. That's why we're kind of just talking about whatever at this point. And again, feel free to chat down below. I try to read as many comments as possible. But yeah, again, if you're a baseball fan, football fan, sports bettor, this is a great place for you. Again, this is what I do. I call games. I try to imitate the best, like the radio type of sound, the announcer with all that stuff. I try my best to imitate that. So hopefully that sounds good to you. Again, if you're at work, you can't listen to the game, or you got to clean up stuff around the house. That's where I come in. I come in to try to call the game to the best of my ability. Small talk will happen, of course, every now and then. But, of course, I will prioritize the game. I always assure you. I always want to make that clear. Nick York is batting 167, OPS of 389, no homers and 2 RBIs. 0 for 1 on the day as we are probably approaching this game once again. There we go. We're back. Coverage between the Pirates and Orioles, 2-2 is your score. Orioles again winning day 1, 3-2 in extras. Yesterday, 2-1 in extras. As York is at the plate, that is taken right down the middle for a called strike. 92 on the fastball. 0-1 count to the 0-1 Nick York. Povich delivers, and that is in there for a called strike. 92 on the outside corner. Oh, 0-2 count. Povich rocks and fires. Breaking ball in the dirt. The Pirates hold off on the breaking ball. They've been swinging at that all day. So that's good. That's good to see. Again, Povich with an ERA in the 5s. Was struggling a little bit there, but it seems that both offenses have reverted back to what we know and love, at least from the last 2 days. Povich sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be poked to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. The right fielder, those there. York is going to take off to second anyway. Throw is not in time. York with a leadoff double here in the top of the 5th inning. That is huge for the Pirates. Look it up on YouTube. It's from the 60s. Oh, well, he probably knows that too, honestly. He loves a lot of the 50s and 60s as well. As that'll bring up Alexander Canario. He's batting .214, OPS of 617, 6 homers. As here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike, 19 RBIs. And Canario's 1 for 1 with the home run as well. 1 for 1. He had that home run A solo shot in the third. Here's the 0-1. That is low for ball one. You liked Alf Seinfeld? Trust me, I only saw reruns of Leave It to Beaver. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, Alf. Yeah, I'm sure there's other shows. They're escaping me right now. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss way in front of the off-speed pitch. 1-2. Growing pains again. I like The Simpsons prior to like 2000. You know, what they've become is horrible. Let's see. I can't think. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Off-speed pitch outside the zone. He chased it. That'll bring up Liover Peguero. Again, the Pirates with a runner on second with 1 out. Peguero walked earlier, batting .197, OPS of .642, 4 homers and 8 RBIs. Povich delivers. That is on the outside corner for a called strike. Peguero doesn't like the call, but no, that's a good pitch. Let's go Bucks. Let's go. I agree, Kylie. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss way outside. Oh my goodness. 0-2. That was a lefty again throwing to a right-handed batter. That was a changeup. Didn't really have much movement. 0-2 counts. Povich looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Takes down low for ball one. Peguero. Definitely a guy with a lot of potential. But again, I feel like the Pirates always have those guys that just can be really good, highly talented, but just when they get to the majors, can't hit worth a darn. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, that is low. So evens it up at 2-2. Would love for him to shut me up here. Would be nice. I'm all for it. 2-2 count. Peguero stepping back into the box. Povich looks back at second and delivers. Grounder to short. Henderson throws to first. The runner, York, aggressively goes to third and is successful. So we'll take it. So kind of a positive out there, as that will bring up Jared Triolo. Triolo's 2 for 2 on the day, batting .224 in the season, OPS of .669, 5 homers and 20 RBIs. Again, the Pirates have a runner on third with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Povich will set and deliver. Chopped foul. Did you watch Family Ties or Family Matters? How about Saved by the Bell? Very little of Saved by the Bell. I remember a little bit of that. Family Ties. If that had Marty McFly in it, Michael J. Fox, then I think I watched a little bit of that. Family Matters, I can't remember what that is. Here's the 0-1. That is outside for 1-1. I'm actually curious now. What is Family Matters? Am I just... Oh, Urkel. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Bits and pieces. Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's my childhood. Honestly, just looking back at some of these shows, I haven't watched this stuff in years. 1-2 count to Triolo. Runner on third, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Triolo scoops this to left. The left fielder, though, is there and will make the catch for out number 3. Need this one. Unfortunately, Andre, we could not get it as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score is 2-2 here in Baltimore. This one could well secure the game. Missed a beat with the pickoff. I know. Completely agree. That was a bummer. That was indeed a bummer. I really thought we were having some momentum there, and then that out. Again, it's so hard for the Pirates to get on base. That just to get picked off there is such a deflator for the team, because it's now we really have to scratch and claw to get back on base. But it is what it is. A little bit of a Pirates rant there. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for hanging on out. Make sure, again, to leave a like And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Again, this is what I do. I call baseball. Of course, it's mostly Pirates. I do more Pirates than any other live streamer there. So, again, if you're a Pirates fan here and have yet to subscribe, definitely do it. Because there's, like, literally nobody else that calls more Pirates games than I. Of course, again, I don't call every baseball game I call isn't a Pirates game. But, again, it's more than the other guys, combined, to be honest with you. There really isn't anybody else. They'll show up for like a Paul Skeens game, and then that's it. No, I'm here for Johan Oviedo. Come on. And, of course, again, for the NFL, I will call a lot of Steelers games, and, of course, I will call multiple games Sundays. And, of course, I try to get in some other, like tonight, Thursday night, Monday night, I'll try to get in the game. Of course, again, plenty of baseball on the channel, covering the postseason as well. See why the Pirates are where they are. They can't get runners home from. Yeah, I know. It's been like they can have bases loaded with nobody out, and I have no faith that the Pirates will score. It's brutal. Being a Pirates fan, being a Pittsburgh fan, being a fan of the Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, it's not for the faint of heart, for the light of heart, whatever you want to call it. As Alex Jackson's going to be coming to the plate, batting .231, OPS of 812, not 612, 812, 5 homers, and 8 RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. 1-0 count to Jackson. Oviedo kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 2. I couldn't tell you why, but Jackson is one of my favorite last names to pronounce as an announcer. Like Jackson. I feel like that's always cool. I know it's kind of lame, but anyway, here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. We do have a lot of, for the high school, I call games where you have some Jacksons, and it's always fun. I don't know. Here's the 2-1. That is going to be low for ball 3. So 3-1 to Jackson. I said it more normal there. And also, feel free to vote in the poll. 58% of you guys have the Pirates winning today. 42% have the Orioles. 3-1 count. Oviedo kicks and deals. Chopper, and that's going foul. The way I did say it about Oviedo, like, hey, I'm calling games for Oviedo. Oviedo's a solid pitcher, by the way. I'm not, like, saying that he's bad, because, no, he's really good. I'm just saying, I'm here for the other starts, not just Paul Skeens. Yeah, that's, again, my message to the Pirates fans that have yet to subscribe to the channel. I know there's a lot of them. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball. That is just inside for ball 4. So Jackson is awarded the free pass. That'll bring up Kobe Mayo, who's 1 for 1. Again, his first hit of the series was a big one, knocking in an RBI. Batting .188, OPS of .593, 7 homers, and 22 RBIs. Oviedo will come to a set. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball almost hits Mayo. So Oviedo may be losing it a little bit here. As Bart's going to have a little chat with them. So a little bit of a mound visit here. So a little bit of a delay here on Dr. Delay. Again, a runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-2 is your score here in Baltimore. The Orioles, again, with the leadoff walk and almost a hit by pitch, would have been a disastrous move for the Pirates. But it looks like we're back as Oviedo will come to a set. Rocks and fires. That is low for ball 2. Here we go. Here we go, Andre. Here we go. 2-0 count. Oviedo will set. Kicks and deals. That is high for ball 3. 3-0 count to Mayo. Oviedo can't believe it. But unfortunately, you have to. 3-0 count. Oviedo delivers. Breaking ball. That's in there for a called strike. So there we go. We got something. We can locate the strike zone. 3-1 count. Oviedo likes the sign. He will come to a set. And deliver. That's low for ball. Oh! He called it a strike. Wow. That one was clearly below the zone. Mayo had already taken off his arm guard, his elbow guard. I mean, geez, that was, again, a delayed call. Worried about flexing his muscles than getting the right call. But, hey, you know what? Benefited the Pirates. We'll see. 3-2 count. Mayo's going to ask for time. He's like, I can't believe it. I should be standing on it first. What is this guy? I don't know if that's worthy enough for John Boy later, but I'm just saying. That was pretty wacky. 3-2 count. Oviedo will come to a set. Rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going foul. You're going to the Brewers game Friday? Nice. Who do the Brewers got this weekend, man? Who they got? Brewers, of course, looking to get back on track. You guys should have told me, like, hey, why is your camera overlapping? Like, bruh. That would bother me. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Oh, man, you got to feel for Mayo. Definitely didn't like the call, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. Jackson Holiday coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Batting .249, OPS of .712, 17 homers and 54 RBIs. As Oviedo will come to a set. Rocks and fires. That is outside for ball one. Make it count. We did. We did, finally. St. Louis. Okay, hey, that's a good old NL Central rivalry there. That'll be fun. 1-0 count. Oviedo kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that's a ground ball, and that's going to get past the diving first baseman and second baseman. Reynolds is there. Throw is cut off by Peguero. We have runners on the corners with just one out. What a time for your first hit of the day. That'll bring up Jeremiah Jackson, batting .307. OPS of .842, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Might need to pull him after this inning because he 100%. 100%. I think this is it. He needs to, would love for him to finish the inning here. But I don't know. It's looking shaky as Oviedo sets and deals. Checked his swing. That is in there for a called strike. So the Pirates will lose 6 straight going into Friday. Yep, that's what usually happens. It's usually what happens. Right now, the 2-2. Maybe you can get out of it. 0-1 count. Oviedo rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. 96. Blew it right past him. That takes away. No, there's runners on the corners. Yeah, my graphic down there. It's stupid. I don't know why it shows that. It'll be inaccurate sometimes. But no, runners on the corners with 1 out, 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out and a ball at his eyes. Jackson just swinging away, and we'll take it. I bet Pirates because I like being poor. Hey, there we go. That'll bring up Gunnar Henderson's batting .271, OPS of .787, 16 homers and 61 RBIs. He's 1 for 2 today. Do I bet Pirates money line? I would never recommend you to bet on the Pirates, Sterling. I'm just saying. Appreciate the belief in them, but coming from a Pirates fan, I wouldn't. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That is outside as it's ball one. So the Pirates would have won the last 2 games. They'd have the same number of wins, and sweep for the Pirates would have given them a better record. Well, I mean, yeah. If you bet, just bet a sprinkle. Yeah, just don't, bet a quarter or something. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 96 right down the middle. 1-1 count again. Runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 2-2 game. So a base hit here would most likely give the Orioles the lead. 1-1 count. Oviedo rocks and fires. That's in there for a called strike. 96 at the knees. Henderson didn't like it. That was really above the knees. That against plus 350 for the Pirates right now. I may do it. Well, hey, if you find the value there, hey, I wish you nothing but the best. Whatever you decide to do, Sterling, I'm pulling for you and your money. But, me personally, I don't think I would ever bet on the Pirates. Even with Skeen's pitching. Just look at his record with his ERA, and you'll see why. 1-2 count. Oviedo sets. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Oviedo kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. Reynolds making the catch, backing up for out number 3. The Pirates get out of it. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Your score is still 2-2 here in Baltimore. Wow, that was getting a little bit scary there. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for hanging on out. You cannot believe the Pirates lost. I mean, I can. It's easy to believe it. Just look at the logo. I'm like, yeah, that looks like a logo that likes to lose a lot. And that's what I do. Pirates, yeah, that just looks like a bunch of losers. But I cheer on the Cleveland Browns of baseball because that's what I do. Because my dad raised me to be a fan of the Pirates. For some reason. Couldn't raise me to be a Philly fan. No, had to be a Pirate fan. But here I am again, folks. Appreciate you guys for hanging on out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan of baseball, football, you're just a sports fan, you like the play-by-play, you're a sports bettor. Again, a lot of reasons to subscribe, so hopefully you do. Again, it's a growing channel. Just 6 months ago, we were at 30 subs. Now we're over 700. So, again, we're closing on that magical 1,000 subs. So, again, feel free to join. It's free. You don't have to pay a dime to subscribe to the channel. Again, I appreciate you guys for just clicking on the live stream. It really does help out this little channel. Due up for the Pirates will be Pham, Reynolds, and Gonzalez. And I'm not seeing anything. I didn't see anything on the broadcast about a pitching change. So we won't worry about that. Great way to get out of it. 100% was. The Pirates were 16-4. Well, they're 16-5. I think with Skeens, they just relax too much when he's on the mound. He's sick of... Yeah, probably. You're probably right. It was like A.J. Burnett, when he was pitching. Like, he would pitch so well, but, he had like a 500 record as a Pirate or something, like just above it, even when we were winning 90 games. It was, yeah. Tommy Pham coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2, batting .257. OPS of .718. As here's the pitch. That is high for ball 1. 9 homers and 50 RBIs. 1-0 count to Pham. Here is the pitch. That is low and outside. As an off-speed pitch, 2-0. Povich will set on the 2-0 count. Kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 3. So Povich a little bit wild here to start this top of the 6th. You think we get some runs this inning? I would love to see it. 3-0 count. Povich delivers. That is outside ball 4. So Pham will jog on down to first. That's an opportunity for the Pirates. Can they take advantage? Brian Reynolds coming up. He has yet to record a hit this series. He's batting .243, OPS of .716, 15 homers, and 70 RBIs. Povich sets. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 counts. Andre, if you mean going to the restroom, it might be this guy. What in the world? 0-1 counts. Povich. And he's going to pick off attempt Pham, but Pham is back safe and sound. Povich has already picked off one guy this game. 0-1 count. Povich kicks and deals. Reynolds hits this right, and that's going foul. 0-2 count to Brian Reynolds. Again, he's done a great job since the All-Star break, but for some reason this series, he has struggled. He has yet to record a hit. Born in Baltimore, so it's a homecoming for him, but he struggled. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be chopped foul. 0-2 count to Brian Reynolds. He got a runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Yeah, Trisk is something else for sure. 0-2, Povich will set. And delivers. That's going to be a chopper, and that's going foul. Reynolds just staying alive. Again, looking for his first hit, and I can't think of a better opportunity than now. I wouldn't say opportunity, more of a situation. Better situation. That's more of the correct word for this. Again, it's an 0-2 count to Reynolds. Nobody out. Runner on first. Povich will set. Looks over at first. And deliver. That is low for ball 1. You'll be here all week, will ya? Will ya? 1-2, Povich kicks and deals. Reynolds hits this to center, but that is caught for out number 1. As Reynolds will continue to struggle. Again, he's hitless for the series, so hopefully next at bat he's good. That'll bring up Nick Gonzalez, who's 1 for 2, batting .276, OPS of .697, 5 homers, and 24 RBIs. Povich kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, 92, right down the middle. Gonzalez could not connect. Trisk loves the torture of being a Pirates fan. 0-1 count. Povich. Pickoff attempt, but Pham is back safe and sound. Povich sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be chopped off the catcher's mask. But he's fine. 0-2 count. Not much happening. Thought it was going to be an exciting game, the way it started, 2-2 after the third inning. But it's been some zeros on the board. Not much happening. Of course, the Orioles did threaten to score in the last inning. Pirates, though, not much happening. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be taken down low for ball 1. Breaking ball. Good job of laying off it as Povich approaches 90 pitches at 88. So he's probably not seeing the next inning. So this would be an opportunity again to get some damage. As here's the 1-2 chopper, and that's going foul. One and 2 count to Nick Gonzalez. Again, a runner on first with 1 out. 2-2 is your score. One and 2 as there's a little bit of a delay here, so bear with me, folks. Gonzalez taking his time again. Pretty big inning, I'd say, again, possibly his last inning on the mound, Povich. So, again, you want to try to take advantage of the guy that's approaching 100 pitches that you've seen now 3 times. Povich sets, looks over at first, and delivers. Check this swing. That is outside. And it's 2-2. 2-2 count. Povich kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going foul. Runner on first, 1 out. 2-2 is the count. Povich will come to a set. Kicks and deals. That is taken for ball 3. Gonzalez doing a good job of working it back. Let's get some offense going. Come on, let's go. I'd like to get excited for a call for a change. Come on, let's go. 3-2 count. Povich sets, rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to right. Right fielder gonna make the catch in foul territory. Just stayed in playable territory. That's a bummer for the Pirates, as that is out number 2. That'll bring up Andrew McCutcheon's batting .242, OPS of .718, 13 homers and 53 RBIs. And looks like that's going to do it. That's going to do it for Povich. A great outing, considering what he's done this year. He is responsible for the runner on first, as he pitched 5 1/3. That's what, or 5 2/3. That's what I was really trying to say, but I'm messing up now. It is what it is. All right. Pitching change in Baltimore. So bear with me, folks, as we are heading to the pen. Yennier Cano is going to be the new pitcher for the Orioles. He's 3-6, a 4.99 ERA, 1.39 WHIP. He did allow a run in a Tuesday night's game. I believe that was the run to push us to extras. So against the Pirates, not as great. So I guess that is the positive. I don't know. We'll see. Once again, folks, make sure again to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a fan of play-by-play. If you like baseball, football, sports betting, sports in general, Pirates, Steelers, other teams, it doesn't matter. You mostly do Pittsburgh. I'm more of a Pirates guy, but of course I do bounce around. Major League Baseball. You just check out my live section and you'll see all the proof right there. Of course, I'll be back tonight for Thursday Night Football as well. I know everyone else is doing it, but you got to start somewhere. And of course, again, Packers, Redskins / Commanders. That is what I'll be covering tonight. And then Saturday, we got some college football. I plan on doing the Pirates game on Saturday as well. Pirates Nationals, 3 o'clock. And then another football game later that evening. Unsure what it is, though. So McCutcheon coming to the plate. Again, a runner on first with 2 outs. Cano with an ERA approaching 5, a 4.99 ERA. And he faces old man McCutcheon, who could be clutching in situations like this. All right, Cano sets. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball checked his swing. That is low for ball 1. What a no count to McCutcheon. Cano kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. 1-1. Cano leans in, likes the sign. Sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So McCutcheon coming through, at least extending the inning. That'll bring up Joey Bart, who has struggled this year against righties. Batting .241, OPS of .661, 2 homers and 22 RBIs. Again, runners on first and second with 2 outs. Bart 0 for 2 on the day. Bart not quite in the batter's box yet. I don't know if there's a mound visit or not, or he already asked for time. Bart stepping back in. Cano will set. Kicks and deals. And he tried to hold up, but he went. That is strike 1. That pitch was well inside. 0-1 count. Cano kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, but that is a foul ball. 0-2 very quickly. 0-2, I might add. Oh and 2. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Top of the 6th. 2-2 is your score. Cano sets and delivers. That is in the dirt. Handled well by Jackson, the catcher. And it's 1-2. Again, the Pirates with an opportunity here. Would be a shame to see it go away. You just don't really know how many opportunities the Pirates will give themselves. Cano delivers, chopped, and that's going foul. So staying alive at least. 95 on the fastball. Getting his first start today in the series. Davis has not been very productive as a batter. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is way outside. The ball gets away. And both runners will advance. So now it's runners at second and third with 2 outs. So again, the Pirates have an opportunity here. Can they take advantage in that time? I don't know what in the world happened. The catcher could have easily had it. But I'm not complaining. 2-2 count. Cano leans in, sets. Rocks and fires. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. He struck him out. Breaking ball just catching the inside corner. Rings up Bart, who was frozen as can be. Man, we head to the top or to the bottom of the 6th. Geez, your score is still 2-2 here in Baltimore. That was a bummer. That was a bummer and a half. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for hanging on out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. I call baseball, football. That's pretty much it, really. But mostly Pirates and a lot of Steelers. I cover every single Steelers game. Of course, that is the plan. I will be here every Sunday. And, of course, other games as well. Like tonight's Thursday night game, I cover for college football. A lot of random games there. So again, feel free to subscribe. It's a growing channel. Again, just 6 months ago when I was starting this in March, only at 30 subs. Now we're at 740. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Lots of people like it. So hopefully you do as well. It is free. You don't have to pay a dime to subscribe. Not much happening elsewhere. The White Sox lead the Rays 2-0. 2-0 in that one. So, yeah, not much of a scoreboard update at all. There's really not much happening. I don't know if Oviedo's going to be out there for the 6th. I mean, he was trending to be yanked because, again, he just wasn't really looking too sharp. But, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. So, right now, it might be Oviedo as he's scheduled to face Rivera, Beavers, and Cowser. Bathroom, yeah, the bathroom runs. Yeah, 100%. Trisk was on it. Emmanuel Rivera at the plate batting, 255, OPS of 590. No homers and 13 RBIs. Looking for his first home run of the season. Again, it's just pretty crazy. Only 110 at-bats. I mean, it's still a decent amount of at-bats. So that's high for ball one. But again, looking at his history, usually good for a few home runs by this point. 1-0 count. Oviedo kicks and deals. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Rivera swinging on a pitch way inside. Rivera able to turn that into a base hit. So again, Oviedo's struggles may be continuing. That'll bring up Dylan Beavers, who is 0 for 2. He's batting 295, OPS of 868, 1 homer, and 7 RBIs. Oviedo will set. Rocks and fires. That's going to be popped up to right. Reynolds is under it and will make the catch. Round number 1. And that'll bring up Colton Cowser, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Pirates warming up Colin Holderman. Batting .206 OPS of .664, 13 homers and 34 RBIs. Oviedo will come to a set. Kicks and deals, showing bunt, pulls back. That is in there for a called strike. Oh and 1. Oviedo sets. Rocks and fires. That is way outside. 88 again, just randomly missing way outside from time to time. 88 on the gun. 1-1 count, runner on first, 1 out. 2-2 is your score. Oviedo delivers. That is a breaking ball inside for ball 2. 88 on the gun as well. Again, if you like offense, well, unfortunately, you should have showed up in the first 3 innings of the game because nothing doing since. But the Orioles do have a runner on first. Oviedo does look a little sketchy right now, so we'll see. 2-1 count. Oviedo rocks and fires. That is low for ball 3. Oviedo, again, has struggled to find the zone really for the last inning or so. It's just been very wild. 3-1. Oviedo sets. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. 3-2. Count is full. Cowser steps out. Steps back in. Oviedo sets on the 3-2. Rocks and fires. Ground ball, and that is foul. Man. And as always, feel free to chat down in the comments. Comment in the chat. I try to read as many comments as possible. That is something I try to do. 3-2 count. Oviedo will set. Rocks and fires. That is inside for ball 4. He walks Cowser. So first and second with 1 out. And Kelly is still chilling on the top of the dugout. That's going to bring up Samuel Basayo. Batting .185 OPS of .592. 2 homers and 10 RBIs. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Oviedo will set. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is inside for ball 1. Orioles are threatening. Again, runners on first and second, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-2. Oviedo looks back at second, kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. That's going to become foul. Pardon me, guys. We're getting a little scratchy. 1-1 count. Oviedo looks back at second, kicks and deals. That's me. Ground ball to short. Peguero throws to second. There's 1. Throws to third. He's safe at third. They got the guy at second. All right, that's 2 away for the Orioles. Again, runners on the corners. That'll bring up Alex Jackson, who I believe actually they're going to have a pitching change here, I believe. So that is going to do it for Oviedo. Did a pretty solid job. Just got a little bit wild towards the end. He's responsible for the runners on the corner. So a pitching change here in Baltimore. They'll step away. I, of course, will be right here. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for clicking on the live stream. Appreciate it. Make sure, again, to leave a like. Leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, feel free to chat down below. I try to read as many comments as possible. Again, I do sports. So, again, if you're a sports fan, you know, baseball, football, doesn't matter. Definitely subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. That is I. Let's see. Colin Holderman is your new pitcher. He'll be tasked with trying to keep this a 2-2 ball game. He's 0-1 with a 6.93 ERA, a whip of a 1.91. His last 7 appearances, he's done pretty good. That is nice to see. 1.23 ERA in his last 7 appearances, a 1.50 whip, so he does still allow a lot of hits. Allows a lot of hits. So we'll see if that continues. Again, a hit here would be would be very brutal indeed. So hopefully that does not happen. In other news, as far as what's happening across Major League Baseball, it's just the White Sox leading the Rays 2-0. Nothing really happening elsewhere, just in general. Jackson is batting .231, OPS of .820, 5 homers and 8 RBIs, 0 for 1 with a walk. As again, he's set to face Holderman, who is going to try to keep this a 2-2 game. Opponent batting average off Holderman is .330. So again, that is something that is just a little bit scary. I'm going to show this replay here. And yeah, that's very interesting. Steelers fan, how's it going? Holderman 100% allowing an RBI. That's what I'm worried about. He might not allow an earned run, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like Jackson's going to get a hit here. Hopefully I'm wrong, as Holderman will set. Looks over at first, kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. Again, if you don't know much about Holderman was a very solid reliever up until about halfway last year. Then all of a sudden, he turned into 2018 Chris Boswell. He couldn't do anything. Here's the 0-1. That is outside for ball 1. He lost all confidence. He's been allowing everything. Every single outing, it seemed like he was allowing a run. Blowing leads. So hopefully he can return to his form. As here is the 1-1. Breaking ball, that is in there for strike 2. 1-2 count. Alex Jackson, yeah, no, he was, 6th overall pick. Age of 29, though, again, just a grinder, still not giving up. I definitely tip my cap to those. As here's the 1-2. That is outside by a couple of inches. 2-2, 99 on the fastball. Holderman trying to reclaim his form prior to, again, to about halfway last year, just started going down and down and down. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Way outside for ball 3, 100 on the fastball. Again, to just remind you the situation, it's runners on the corners. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. 2-2 is your score. Holderman likes the sign. Looks over at first. Sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be fouled back as the count stays at 3-2. And again, you probably see it. It's runners on second and third. That is not accurate. Look at that right there. Not accurate. The scoreboard will do that from time to time. It'll just be messed up on the base runners. As Holderman asks for a new ball. So 3-2 counts. Holderman Trying to keep this a 2-2 game. Halderman sets. Kicks and deals. That is inside ball 4. He walked him. Jackson walks. And they are loaded for Kobe Mayo, who got his first hit of the series today. Batting 187, OPS of 597, homers and 22 RBIs. This is Oviedo and McCutcheon shared chat. Looking on at the game. Halderman sets. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 98 on the inside corner. Grand Slam is better for a DFA. Oh, man. Oh, man. 0-1 count. I'm hopefully he gets out of it. Halderman looks back, kicks and deals. Mayo hits this to left. Everyone's booking for it. Triolo, Peguero makes the catch for out number 3. It seemed like that was going to drop in no man's land. But Halderman does his job. Oviedo looks relieved over there. As we head to the top of the 7th, your score is 2-2. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. It was a little bit scary there. Season's been over, but yeah, I got what you're saying. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. Yes, to never miss a live play-by-play from Dr. Lay. Again, I do a lot of this play-by-play stuff. It's been pretty fun. Mostly Pirates, but I do, again, bounce around every now and then. But I am enjoying a lot more of the Pirates as of late because, again, I won't be able to see them until late March. So, done a lot of Pirates, but, of course, I'll be doing the postseason as well. I also do football. So definitely subscribe to the channel. If you consider yourself a sports fan, a sports bettor, subscribe right now. Will McCutcheon get another hit? I'm leaning no. He already has his hit for the day. So I'm going to say no there, Fresh Prince Escobar. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. It could happen though. I'm just be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I don't see it happening. How far was Canario? It's about 400 feet. I don't know if we got a specific. It looked good. Yeah, I wish this would provide it. Maybe I can go back. Third inning. Where? No. When was that? Canario. I can't show you the video, so I'm cooked. I don't know. It was. I know it was over 400 because that was a good distance. It had 111 exit velocity. It was at a good angle, good launch angle. Someone please say sorry. I don't know. I'd like to say yes. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't see it happening. Nick York at the plate, and this guy's my favorite baseball player of all time. But you know, tell you what, I'll say yes. How about that? Will that make you feel better? Nick York at the plate, batting .211, OPS of 527, no homers and 2 RBIs. As here is the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. We do have a new pitcher. I'm sorry, guys. I was focused on other things. Grant Wolfram is 2-0 with a 4.50 ERA, whip of a 1.75. Last 7 appearances, though, really solid, .96. As here's the pitch. That is inside, and it's 1-1. Whip of a 1.39. His last 7 appearances. 1-1 counts. Wolfram delivers. That is a breaking ball inside for ball 2. We go into extras. It's a wrap. Orioles walking off. Yeah, probably. We send it 9 to the plate this inning, and Kutch will. Dude, that'd be awesome. I would love that. 2-1. Here's the pitch. And York hits this to second, and that's caught for out number 1. Jammed him. That'll bring up Alexander Canario. Again, he just blasted it earlier. A solo shot to left. 1 for 2, batting .212, OPS of 613, 6 homers, 19 RBIs. What's up, Doctor? At least there's been more runs scored today. Kind of. Here's the pitch. That is outside, but he called it a strike. Canario, not a fan of the call, neither am I. Well, I guess more than yesterday's game, yeah. Day prior's 3-2. More of an exciting game, though, to be honest with you. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Breaking ball below the zone. Hit a 500-foot homer and I don't know about that one. 0-2 count. Wolfram kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is high for ball 1. After this game, you're calling hotline. Okay. Oh, man. Well, I mean, it's there for a reason. So there you go. 1-2 count. Wolfram will set. Rocks and fires. That is way inside ball 2. Almost hit Canario. Saw the TV replay. I mean, I wouldn't say it wasn't 500 feet, but yeah, he got a hold of it. It was a solid contact there by Canario. 2-2 count. Wolfram sets. Rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to right. Actually, no, it's going to be back behind. That's going to be a foul ball. Smash the like button and subscribe, y'all. It takes less time than it did to read this. Thank you, Magic Man. Appreciate you, as always. Thank you for stopping on by. Like and subscribe to the channel. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. He struck him out. It froze him. That'll bring up Liover Peguero, who's 0 for 1 with the walk. Batting .195, OPS of 635, 4 homers, and 8 RBIs. Orioles plus 1.5. Rick, it would not shock me. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 1. Would not shock me. 1-0 count to Peguero. Wolfram kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. Peguero thought it was going to hit him, but that was over the plate. Interesting. 1-1 count. Wolfram likes the sign. Will set. Rocks and fires. That's going to be in the dirt. Almost hit his foot. As it's 2-1. It's Rick Tanaka. How's it going? 2-1 count. Wolfram sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. My Brewers are in late season collapse mode. I mean, I wouldn't say that. It's been a rough stretch, but I mean, I don't know. 2-2 count. Wolfram will set. Rocks and fires. That is high. Takes it upstairs. 97. On the gun. 3-2. Streamius is gone, so here we are. Yeah, that's you hate to see it. 3-2 count. Wolfram delivers. Ground ball to third. Oh, and he boots it. Rivera couldn't make the grab. So Peguero able to get on. I don't know if that's going to be a hit or not. You doing commies in the Packers? Yes, I will be here for commies in the Packers. I'm not going to say it was a hit. That's good. Triolo batting .223, OPS of 667. We will round up 5 homers and 20 RBIs. Triolo stepping up. Wolfram sets. Looks over at first. Kicks. And actually a pickoff attempt as Peguero is back safe and sound. But this is what they do. LOL, this has been a tradition for the last 10 years. I guess they fear the postseason. That is tough. Well, hopefully not. Yeah, the Brewers look really good. I know it's only a series. Here's the pitch that is in there for a call strike. Peguero going to second, and he steals a bag. So he is in at second. Pirates with the runner in scoring position. It's an 0-1 count. Go Pack, go! I picked them to win tonight. I think I don't. Where did I? I'll have to show you guys later if I remember. Trillo inside park. I would love to see it. I just don't know if it happens, and by that I mean I doubt it. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Trillo hits this to right, and that is a foul ball. 0-2 count. Rick Tanaka saying Pirates win 4-3. I would love to see us score 4 runs. That's a lot of runs for us, Rick. My friend says 45-17 commies. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, I don't know about that. 0-2 count. Wolfram looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That is way upstairs for ball 1. Under for tonight. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to be a low-scoring game. Solid defenses based on week 1 performances. So I'm kind of trending it might keep that way, but we'll see. I'm thinking Packers. As here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, that is below the zone for ball 2. Let's go 20-17 Packers over the commies. 2-2 count. Wolfram looks back. Looks back again. Kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 3. Let's say Rogers look good for you guys. Good to see. Would like to see I would love to see that. Would love to see it. I mean, I doubt it. I don't think the Steelers will be there. I'd love to see it, though. I mean, I need to see more. You know, I just want a playoff win at this point, you know. Trilla does ask for time, folks. Again, I promise I'll be calling the game. I do like chatting with you guys, though. As Wolfram will once again set. 3-2 count. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Triolo hits this to center, but the center fielder is already under it and will make the catch for route number 3. Nothing doing there for the Pirates. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's 2-2 in Baltimore. You have Orioles plus 1.5. Thought you said the Pirates win 4-3. Rick, you're playing both sides. I was thinking 24-17 Packers. I could see it. What is the over-under, actually? Let me look, folks. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for hanging on out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play. This is what I do. I call games. You know, I call a bunch of stuff. Over-under's 47. 48. Oh, geez. Well, the 24-17 is literally under. Yeah, let me change it. 24-17. 24-20. Let me go 24-20. Since that's under. Yeah, and I appreciate you. You called yard hold. Holy. When it was too strong. Oh, yeah, for sure. But, yeah, again, make sure to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Again, folks, I appreciate you guys even just clicking on the live stream. Really does help out this little channel. But, again, this little channel's growing. So, again, be part of that growth and subscribe. It doesn't cost a dime to do so. Again, I call mostly Pirates. I call every Steelers game, but, of course, I call other things as well. We'll bounce around Major League Baseball. Of course, I'm calling all the playoff games, or as many playoff games as I can. I don't know about all of them. And plenty of football as well, because I love football. Football is my number one. Probably always will be. Unless they personally tell me that we don't need you anymore. You're done. Tonight, 20-14 Packers. Yeah, I could buy that. Jordan Love and Austin Eckler are on my bench tonight. Need them. Wait, they're on your bench, but you need them to go off. I'm a little confused there, Steelers fan. As Holiday is going to be coming to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Batting .250, OPS of 714. 17 homers and 54 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 count again. Holderman is still in the game. Of course, he only was there for 2 batters last inning. 0-1, Holdeman delivers. That is low for ball 1. 1-1 count. Holdeman sets, kicks, and deals. That is low, but it's called a strike. Again, this guy, the umpire, very dramatic with his calls. Your first year of fantasy. Okay. All right. You're good. It's all good. I was just, I guess, confused with what I had read earlier. It's all good. Hopefully they go off for your sake as well. 1-2 count. Holderman kicks and deals. That is inside for ball 2. Looks like Evan Sisk is warming up in the Pirates bullpen. Holiday steps back into the box. Again, it's 2-2 here in Baltimore. Nothing doing since the 3rd inning, so if you wanted offense again, I would have tuned in earlier. Here's the 2-2. That is inside for ball 3. A whole inning for Holderman. Well, again, they're warming up somebody. I don't know. We'll see. He lost by half a point for the week. Oh, that is tough. The last play of the Bears game. I've been there. That has happened to me as well. 3-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit. And that's going to drop into center for a base hit. Weak contact, but it just happened to get over the shortstop and of course, in between the center fielder. That'll bring up Jeremiah Jackson. Jackson is 1 for 3 and has struck out twice, batting .305 on the year, OPS of .836, 5 homers, and 18 RBIs. Again, a runner on first with nobody out. Holderman sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 98 on the fastball. Oh, 0-1 count to Jackson. Runner on first. Holderman kicks and deals. That is low. Throw to second. Holiday is safe. That was pretty close. As of now, it stands. We're going to wait to see. The only way I could have won week 1 if Caleb and Rome combined for a touchdown. Oh, wow. That's right. That did happen. Leadoff hit. What could possibly have happened? Yeah, right. Holiday with a stolen base. So now a runner in scoring position. No more streamy, so I think your page will. I hope so. I don't know. I hope so. That's going to be hit to right. But Reynolds is there to make the catch for out number 1. Yeah, we'll see. If it does, that's awesome, but I doubt it. That'll bring up Gunnar Henderson. He's batting .270, OPS of .786, 16 homers and 61 RBIs. And Holderman is actually, they're going to intentionally walk him. So this is interesting. That'll bring up Emmanuel Rivera. He's batting .261, OPS of .602, no homers and 13 RBIs. 1 for 3 on the day. Again, has yet to hit a home run. I've been saying that all series. Hopefully I don't announce or jinx it here as Holderman delivers. That is right down the middle for a called strike. Yeah, most people usually just go to the big streamers, so, I'm very fortunate. Like I said, I always, again, thank you for even clicking on the live stream. It's just giving me a chance to hopefully earn that subscribe button. That's why I'm just, very grateful for that. Here's the 0-1. That is going to be outside for ball 1. It takes a while to build a channel. I don't know. I feel like I just need a chance, and maybe I can win you guys over with my style. I try to call it like a traditional radio style, but of course, interacting with you guys is pretty important. As Holderman looks back at second, kicks and deals. That is way inside, almost hit Rivera. As it's 2-1. Almost hit Rivera. Of course, that guy that walked off the Dodgers game. Yeah. We'll see. 2-1 count. Holderman sets, kicks, and deals. That is in there for a called strike. You don't like sound effects? Yeah, I don't have sound effects. I actually would do it, though, if I could. Like, I don't know, but, like, weird. Like, they'd be sports sound effects, I guess. That's what I would be trying to do. 2-2 count. Rivera rocks and fires. That is just outside for ball 3. Rivera actually took a step forward towards the dugout, but not getting the call. Three and 2 count. Holderman sets. Looks back at second. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with the breaking ball. Outside the zone, he chased it. All right, with 2 outs and 2 men on, that will bring up Dylan Beavers. He's batting .290, OPS of .855, 1 homer and 7 RBIs. He is 0 for 3 on the day, and that's actually going to do it for Holderman. Holderman is going to leave responsible, I'm assuming, for both runners because, yeah, he intentionally walked the other guy, so that'll bring up out of the pen Evan Sisk. Sisk has a 1-1 record, 4.26 ERA, a whip of a 1.58. He has been, it's been not so great, to be honest with you. But, oh well, hey, you know, this is our guy. We got to pull for him. Life is fun, yeah. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Again, this is what I do. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I call baseball. I call football. So, yeah, definitely do it. Again, the poll, I should probably end it. I got a bunch of people. No, I'll just keep it going. Might as well. I got no other polls. Pirates have 53% of the vote. 53% of you guys have the Pirates winning today. 47% have the Orioles winning today. So that is, now it's 54%. There we go. I bet Rowdy Taylor's better pitcher, probably. What is happening across Major League Baseball? Well, we have the White Sox leading the Rays 2-0, and the Blue Jays and Astros are tied at 0 apiece. Again, Sisk is the pitcher. Beavers is at the plate with runners on first and second. The Nationals are going to be the Pirates' opponent this weekend. I'll be sure to, again, to cover Saturday. And then they play the Cubs Monday through Wednesday. So I'll be sure to try to get you at least 2 of those games. As Sisk sets and delivers. That is inside, almost hit Beavers. 1-0 count. 1-0 to Beavers. Sisk kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike, 90 on the gun. One and one counts to Beaver. Sisk looks back, kicks and deals. That is in there, but it's not called a strike. 2-1. Definitely needed that one. 2-1 counts. Runners on first and second, 2 out. Sisk kicks and deals. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was right down the middle. Looks like my mic has died, so that's fantastic. Oh well. I should charge it for tight anyway. 2-2 count. Sisk rocks and fires. That is in the dirt, handled well by Bart. Ball 3. Now I'm very self-conscious about my head. Oh well. I'll live. We need ABS, yeah. 3-2 count. Sisk comes to a set. Rocks and fires. Ground ball to second. Oh, and Gonzalez can't make the play. 1 run's going to score. Oh, my goodness. It was going to be a tough play for Gonzalez, but he couldn't field it cleanly, and the Orioles have taken the lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Unbelievable. Oh, my goodness. Just a ground ball. Again, Gonzalez had to move quite a bit, but could not make the play. So the Orioles have taken the lead, and that's going to bring up Samuel Basallo. He's batting 182, OPS of 583. He's 0 for 3 on the day, 2 homers and 10 RBI. Sisk sets. No way indeed. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. An absolute travesty. The Pirates once again snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Here's the 0-1. That is outside for ball 1 as I try to find my charging cable for tonight so I can make sure I can listen to the game. It's always important. I'll do this during commercial break. You just wake up. Yeah, I know. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be in there for a call strike. It's actually the microphone. The headset presses down on my hair. Yeah, see, that's why I'm like, now I'm self-conscious. Thank you, Rick. 1-2 count. Sisk kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But the damage may be done as we head to the top of the 8th. The Orioles lead 3-2 over the Pirates. Let me go ahead and charge this. Hold on. This is for you, Rick. And I'm wearing it like this too, so people don't think I'm bald. Once again, folks, appreciate it for clicking on the live stream. You're probably tuning in like, what the heck is this guy doing? Technical difficulties over here. And, of course, the Pirates have just blown the lead, or blown the game, I think. We'll see. The Orioles just taking the lead. 3-2 is your score as we're heading to the top of the 8th. Once again, folks, if you enjoy sports, if you're a baseball fan, football fan, whatever, make sure to click the thumbs up button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel as well. This is what I do. I call games. I call games. Why are all the times for games in Central? Oh, I'm in the Central time zone. I am a Pennsylvanian-born person, but I do live in Texas. So, yeah, that is a thing. I was forcefully moved at the age of 8, so I had no say in the matter. Again, here are your scores from across Major League Baseball. The White Sox lead the Rays 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th, and the Blue Jays lead the Astros 2-0 in the bottom of the 1st. That's what's happening across Major League Baseball. We have a new pitcher for the Orioles. It's going to be Cade Stroud. He's 0-0. 1.33 ERA, whip of a 1.18. Again, he pitched yesterday and did well. For the Pirates, it's going to be Pham, Reynolds, and Gonzalez. Now you look like this guy. Oh my gosh. Pham is batting .257, OPS of 719, 9 homers and 50 RBIs, 0 for 2 with a walk. Oh my goodness. Stroud sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be a chopper to third. Throws to first for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Down goes Tommy Pham. And that'll bring up Brian Reynolds, who again has yet to get a hit this series. Batting .243, OPS of 714, 15 homers and 70 RBIs. That 4-3 prediction still has a chance. It does. It does indeed. Where has that RFK guy been? I don't know. I don't know. I think one of my mods was tired of him and just kind of said goodbye. You know, and it is what it is. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. I liked RFK. But he I think he just ticked off one of the mods, and I'm not going to disagree with the mods. Like right there, mods equals referees. Their calls are final. I'm not going to even argue with them. They're looking out for me. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing, but he went. Strike 2. You need the Pirates to cover plus 1.5. We'll see. Lowski, I'm pulling for you. I'm pulling for a win, which would be an easy cover for you, but I don't know. The Pirates know how to lose and lose big. 0-2 count. Stroud will come to a set. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Reynolds as he's probably going to leave Baltimore with no hits. That'll bring up Nick Gonzalez, batting .275, OPS of 695, 5 homers and 24 RBIs, 1 for 3 in today's game. Stroud delivers. That's going to be hit to left center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to throw to second. Nice snag by Holiday. That'll keep Gonzalez at first. So a 2-out single for the Pirates. We can win both. Yeah, I know. You know, if the Pirates only lose by a run, everybody wins except me, and I'm willing to sacrifice that. But, geez, McCutchen coming to the plate. I know somebody needed McCutchen to get another hit, so this is your opportunity here. Batting .244, OPS of 721, 13 homers and 53 RBIs. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Stroud kicks and deals. That is high for ball 1. Let me scroll up here. Apologize, I forgot the name. Fresh Prince, that's right. Fresh Prince, if you're still here, here's McCutchen as that's going to be upstairs, ball 2. 2-0 count to McCutchen. I'm assuming you need a hit and not a walk. 2-0 count. Runner on first, 2 outs. Fresh Prince, there he is. 2-0, Stroud rocks and fires. That is outside for ball 3. You might not get a chance. You look like the guy who takes a foul ball from a little kid. I would never take a ball from a little kid, but I am saying, though, if a little kid's coming up to me and if I'm like, I caught the foul ball, it's my ball. Little kid can go take a hike. Get your own ball. I never got handed a ball whenever I went to a game, so sorry. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. That is inside, ball 4. No hits. Oh, Escobar, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, but he's not getting a hit. I mean, unless a walk will count. I am very sorry, so you will not get a hit. It looks like we're not going to see Bart either. That's going to be Spencer Horwitz. I'm very sorry, man. I feel so bad. Batting .257, OPS of 727, 8 homers and 40 RBIs. Again, he did not play. He didn't start today, but he's played the last 2 days. Is 2 for 9, and he had a home run yesterday. Yeah, I'm very sorry, Fresh Prince. Yeah, he walked. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. And the Pirates are down 3-2. There's a mound visit here, so a meeting of the minds, trying to see what's going on. Horwitz, again, he can hit against righties. Is just abysmal against lefties, but, you know, again, it's a righty-lefty situation. Fresh Prince, just know I was pulling for you, man. I was pulling for you. I was definitely pulling for you. I was pulling for the Pirates, of course, but I was also pulling for you. I always cheer on your sports bets because, again, usually big gamble usually wins more than the common man. So I definitely pull for you guys. As Horwitz is stepping up to the plate. Again, runners on first and second, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Stroud sets. Looks back at second. Looks back again. Kicks and deals. That is way outside for ball 1. He's not getting another bat unless we go to extras, Escobar. I just don't see it. Yeah, it's already in the top of the 8th with 2 outs. Just don't see it. 1-0 count. Stroud sets. Looks back at second. Rocks and fires. That is in there for a cold strike. 93 on the outside corner. Yeah, unless we go to extras, just don't see it happening. 1-1 to Horwitz. Stroud looks back at second. Looks back again. And delivers. That is low. But it's called a strike, and that's a brutal call. It's 1-2. Horwitz double checking, like, are you sure? The umpire, like, yes. I would never change the call anyway, even if I was wrong. 1-2 counts. As Horwitz steps out of the box, steps back in. Big opportunity for the Pirates again. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. 3-2 ball game. Orioles currently with the lead. Stroud sets. Looks back at second. And delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Horwitz trying to hold up. Could not do it. And the Pirates blow another opportunity as we head to the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles still lead 3-2 over the Pirates. Well, it's a bummer. It is what it is. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys again for just clicking on the live stream. Make sure to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you see. If you're a sports fan, baseball, football, Pirates, not Pirates, Steelers, not Steelers, it's whatever. Either way, sports better. Again, sports better's definitely okay, and I might be covering a game that you might be having some bets on. So yeah, definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. So definitely do it. And again, I appreciate you guys for clicking on the live stream. It really does help out the channel a lot. Chris can't believe it. Rick hiding his eyes. It's brutal over here. This is the life of a Pirates fan. It's the life of a Steelers fan as well. We go through it all as well. It's always a bummer. Never have anything easy. I don't know if we're having a new pitcher or not. So bear with me, folks. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging on out. Of course, again, a shout out to all the members. You know, Chris right here. You know, again, he's been a member. Here's your everybody else. Again, thank you very much. Of course, Coffee Beans is the scoreboard sponsor. So again, thank you very much, Coffee Beans, for your support. So we check the scores again. Not really much around the league. That's why I'm not really doing it much this game for the scoreboard sponsor thing. But White Sox lead the Rays 2-0 in the top of the 5th, and the Blue Jays leading the Astros 2-0 in the top of the 2nd inning. Due up for the Orioles is Basayo, Jackson, and Mayo. As we're returning to action again, the Orioles leading 3-2. Basayo's 0 for 3, batting 182. OPS of 583, 2 homers and 10 RBIs as that pitch is outside for ball 1. So 1-0 count to Basayo. Sisk sets. Rocks and fires. That is in there for a called strike. Should have listened. Yeah. You went for it. No, Sterling, no, you did not put money on the Pirates. Oh, my goodness. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. And Canario was there. Left center, really, taking Fam's ball. Fam's walking behind him like, okay, I could have made that catch, but not happening. That's out number 1. That'll bring up Alex Jackson. Batting 231, OPS of 828, 5 homers and 8 RBIs. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. That's ball game. Way too many. I 100% agree. Way too many opportunities for the Pirates, and they just blew them away. Here's the pitch. That is in there, but not called a strike. Breaking ball in the top part of the zone. How many losses? This would make 6 in a row. We got swept by the Brewers, and this would make a sweep of the Orioles. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And, of course, this is after we swept the Dodgers, so this makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. But we, for some reason, do well against the Dodgers, but no one else. We just need to play the Dodgers 162 games a year. We would do well. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Right down the middle. Hope it was a sprinkle. Yeah. Sterling, hopefully you didn't put too much on the Pirates. 1-2 count. Sisk comes to a set and fires. Called. Strike 3 on the inside corner. He struck him out. Down goes Jackson, and that'll bring up Mayo. Kobe Mayo's 1 for 3 on the day. Batting 186, OPS of 587, 7 homers, and 22 RBIs. Umpire favoring the O's. More so, but again, it's not like I don't think it's on purpose. I think he's just not good. As here's the pitch. That's going to be a chopper to short. Peguero has it. Throws to first. Gets him by a step for out number 3. Very quickly, they go down. So we head to the top of the 9th. Can the Pirates push this to extras for the 3rd time in this series, which would be every game? We'll see. They'll have one last chance to do it. 2-3 again is your score. Orioles over the Pirates. You lost so much money on the Dodgers Pirates. That is tough. Ump is calling a bad game, but again, I don't think it's either way. I mean, yeah, he had a pretty bad game. So again, probably for the final time, folks. Again, if you haven't done so, make sure again to leave a like. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe right now. All you're going to get is more play-by-play for baseball and football. Again, I'm a Pirates fan, so if you're a Pittsburgh fan, I don't see why you're not subscribing. If you're watching and you're a Pittsburgh fan and you don't subscribe, just know this is personal. Everyone else, that's fine. I understand. Again, I'm a Pittsburgh guy. Totally understand. But, again, I do bounce around. I'll bounce around, not just Pirates all the time. I do about 60% of my baseball games. More so as of late, though, because, again, I'm trying to enjoy them while they're here. But, again, I will be covering the postseason as well. And, of course, for football, I'll be doing every Steelers game. But I do other NFL games. Again, tonight is a Packers and Redskins /Commie game. So, again, feel free to stop on by as I cover that one. If you don't have Prime or you do have Prime and you're at work, I got you. That's why I do it. Cover games that you might not be able to see on TV. Keegan Aiken will be on for the closing situation, the save situation. 3.20 ERA, whip of a 1.35. Last 7 appearances, 3.00 ERA, whip of a 1.0. Due up for the Pirates will be York, Canario, and Peguero. It's the bottom half of the order, but they all have a hit. So there you go. So you're saying there's hope. There's hope, Sterling. There is hope. ABS needs to be here. To be honest, I'm one of the few people that's not like for ABS. I'm like actually okay with bad calls. And I can tell you why after this pitch. As York is stepping up to the plate, batting 200, OPS of 500, no homers and two RBIs. As here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. That's Aiken on the mound. So I'm not for ABS because, again, I actually don't mind the bad calls. And that's going to be a crazy take. I know. Here's the 0-1. That is low for ball one. But it's something that I feel like, again, we get emotional about. Like, obviously, like, oh, that's a terrible call. But, like, that would go away. And it's something that we all can unite on. It's one of the few things that, we can all unite on, and I just love it. Here's the 1-1. That is checked his swing low, and no, he did not go 2-1. So, I don't know. It's just a unity thing. I don't know. It's neat. We talk about it. It's like, oh, that's such a terrible call. They're terrible for the game. But if that goes away, we wouldn't be able to do that. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Holiday makes a nice play, throws to first for out number 1. 1 away for the Pirates. How's this batting lineup looking? Yeah, again, it's the bottom half of the order, but they've all gotten a hit today. And Canario here has a home run as well, as he is 1 for 3 again with a home run. What's your favorite college football team? I cheer for Pitt. I'm a Pitt guy, but, I don't really. It's not a big deal. Canario hits this, and diving attempt by Henderson, throws to first. Not in time, throws away, but Canario's going to stay at first. That was a great attempt, a great diving attempt by Henderson, able to get the ball, throw it to first, but the throw was a little bit off. Canario is there at first. So again, some life for the Pirates, as that'll bring up Liover Peguero's batting .205, OPS of .651, 4 homers, 8 RBIs. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Again, the Pirates with the runner at first with 1 out. So they have life. There is hope. There is hope indeed, Sterling. Just wouldn't put money on it, but that's just me. There's actually a pinch runner now. So Cruz is on. Canario's got some speed as well. So again, if they just want all-out speed, Cruz can run. As Aiken sets, kicks, and deals. That is way outside for ball 1. Aiken, not even close, 88 on the gun. Just pretend you're in Colorado. Yeah. I don't think elevation carries over. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be hit to right, and that's going foul. So 1-1 to Peguero again. A runner on first with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Cruz takes a lead. Aiken is going to try to pick off Cruz, but Cruz is just like, no, you're not going to do that. 1-1 count. Cruz smiling at first, takes his lead. Aiken comes to a set, kicks and deals. That's going to be fouled back. That one was way upstairs, but Peguero swung anyway, made contact. 1-2. Home run would be nice. Had 3 of his home runs in one game in Colorado, but only 1 home run outside of that game. 1-2 is the count. Peguero at the plate. Cruz on at first. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Orioles leading 3-2 over the Pirates. Aiken kicks and deals. Chopper, and that's going back, and that's a foul ball. Peguero just trying to stay alive. Pirates, of course, if they lose, it'll be 6 in a row. As again, that's just not good. They play the Nationals this weekend, so maybe they can pick up some wins there. Here's the 1-2. Check the swing. Did he go? And he did. Oh, my goodness. He struck him out. Down goes Peguero. And with 2 outs, that will bring up Jared Triolo, who is the last hope for the Pirates. He's 2 for 4 today, so again, he started off the game 2 for 2. Batting .223, OPS of .664, 5 homers, 20 RBIs, pickoff attempt, but Cruz is back safe and sound. This is unfortunate. Potential back-to-back sweeps for the Pirates. Aiken sets and fires. Trillo hits this to right, and that is going foul. He checked his swing. I don't know. I mean, I would have liked to see a replay of that, but it did look like he went. Rick already saying thank you. That is tough. It's like the thank you fans post on Twitter or X. 0-1 count. Aiken kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. Is it going to stay in play? It will not. So it's 0-2, and Trillo will get one last chance down to their final strike. Oh, and 2 count again. A runner on first, 2 outs, though, here in the top of the 9th. Orioles leading 3-2, looking for the sweep of the Pirates. Orioles fans are standing. I imagine they're loud. I don't know. I can't hear it. Here's, a pickoff attempt, but Cruz again back safe and sound. Interesting that they're going to be worried about Cruz instead of the 0-2 batter. Aiken sets, rocks and fires. That is high. Cruz is going to be thrown out at second. Oh my goodness, what a way to lose the game. A pitch that was outside. Cruz, I guess, had a horrible jump because he was thrown out by a mile. He didn't have a great jump, but it wasn't terrible. But, shoot. Just credit the throw then. That's how we lose this game. Caught stealing to end it. A walk-off pickoff. He's not, no, he's not safe. It's over. It is Jover here in Baltimore. The Orioles complete the sweep of the Pirates. 3-2. Pirates out-hit them, but it doesn't matter. The Orioles outscore them, and that's what matters at the end of the day. The Orioles will move on to 69-77. The Pirates fall to 64-83. Oh, my goodness. Never betting on the Pirates. I'm telling you, Sterling, you just don't do it. You just don't do it. You don't do it. So fun. Yeah, it's just so dumb, Chris. I know. Dumb way to end the game. I completely agree. PXST scoring saying, yeah, just we can't believe it. I'm telling you guys, that's what I would never. Sports bettors come in all the time. Like, do not bet on the Pirates. Like, that is what I would never recommend it. As a Pirates fan that loves the Pirates, despite how terrible they are, don't bet on them. Just keep your money. Look at the other, 14 games that are on for that slate or for MLB and just pick one of those because, yeah, I would never do it. But once again, folks, that's going to be it for me. Again, appreciate all of you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play. Again, I do appreciate talking to you guys. Chat was pretty active. I'm not used to an active chat, to be honest. I know it's kind of sad, but hey, I really appreciate you guys. It really does make it fun when you guys are able to chat it up. Of course, again, while I call the game. And again, I'll be back tonight. Redskins, Packers, Commanders, Packers, whatever you want to call them. I do have the Redskins logo on it. So, again, I prefer that. That's just the way it is. How do you watch the game if you're in Texas? MLB TV. I have MLB TV, so I can't watch Rangers or Astros games unless they're on local television. So, yeah. Again, appreciate you guys. Again, baseball, football. Again, if you're a Pittsburgh fan, make sure, again, to subscribe to the channel. Again, I do mostly Pirates. I'm not telling you that, hey, like I'm calling every game for the Pirates. It's not what's happening, but I do call it more than any other streamer on YouTube. Just keep that in mind. So if you're subscribed to other people, but don't subscribe to me because, you don't do 100% Pirates, well, then what the heck is wrong with you? But, yeah, again, Pirates and, of course, every Steelers game, but I do mix in other games as well. You can just, again, check out my live section for proof. And again, I'll be back tonight for, again, Redskins, Packers, and of course, I'll get my stream set up for Saturday. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys, as I cannot believe I'm just looking at Orioles Birdwatcher. How about them apples? This guy, I'm not even talking smack, Orioles, but here, yeah, okay, you got us. In the Battle of Mid, we lost, and you know what? That's fair. You know what? At least we didn't have expectations this year. Who really lost today? Look at your record and compare your record to last year. What happened then? Yeah. Again, I think you guys will be fine next year, Orioles. But yeah, we're just a dumpster fire. The Pirates are so bad, But again, congratulations to the Orioles. I really do. I genuinely enjoy talking with you, Orioles Birdwatcher and the Orioles fans. I hope you guys do magically get to 82-80. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, we're just so bad. So BW is the man. He is. He's such a pleasure to talk to. So I do appreciate you guys. That's very nice. But yeah, you catch me while I'm crashing out over here. So that's always fun. But again, I'll be back again. Thank you guys so much for have expectations. Yeah, we have none. You guys had expectations coming into this year. But yeah, we just, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But yeah, we'll have to chat off camera, Orioles Birdwatcher. Again, appreciate all you guys for hanging out. I'm going to sign off. I will be back tonight. I'm going to be back tonight for Packers and the Redskins, Packers Commanders, however you want to call it. And again, I'll set up my streams for this weekend later. You guys all have a great one. I guess I can send you guys somewhere else. So hold on while I do that. Let me hide myself. I'm very self-conscious while I do this. I know, it's terrible. I should be a grown-up, but I'm not really. Do any of us really grow up? Is that something that happens? Like, I know we're supposed to grow up, but does that really happen? Let's see who I can redirect to. Let's see if there's anyone on. Birdwatcher. Oh, okay. He's watching me crash out on his channel. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Let's send you guys to JJ. Let's send you guys there. He's also having what is it? I can't remember. I'll send you guys there, and he can tell you. So I can't remember. He's a fundraiser. He's doing a fundraiser. So I'll send you guys to him. You guys say hi or do whatever. I will catch you guys next time. Again, see you tonight. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy your Thursday.